Let's go straight to our debate tonight. Who's going to win round 2 when it happens? We are just 17 days away from it. Kiran Bedi, thanks for coming back. From London, Suhel Seth joining us tonight. Devinder Sharma is the founder member of India Against Corruption. Thank you all, gentlemen, for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you've been a police officer, Kiran Bedi, one of India's most illustrious. If you were the Delhi Police Commissioner and someone in these circumstances was to go on an indefinite fast, would you give permission, especially when Parliament session would be on?
Yes, if I would be assured that this would remain peaceful. And in this assessment, Anna's reputation and the April sitting clearly showed, including the Rajghat, that it self-governs itself and it is peaceful. And it is speaking up for a cause. However, as a police officer, I would probably look at more what is the reputation of this leadership and the group, and I would not come in the way. But what will happen is that in the current circumstances, Delhi police will get overruled by the government.
No, I understand.
And I'm sure the Delhi police will take a precaution in taking written orders from the government.
No, I'm just pointing it out that, as you know,
But still, the Delhi police is not bound by that.
Ma'am, you have been top police person in Delhi for so long.
It has to uphold the law.
No, I'm not. I'm only asking. My question, I'm asking this because most of Delhi falls under section 144 during Parliament session. This protest is right in the middle of the Parliament session. So, is it the government targeting you or is it a routine security drill? That's my only question. I get a second perspective from Suhel Seth tonight. Suhel, what's the problem? Isn't it the basic democratic right? Isn't this a way of stifling
Arnab,
anti-corruption protest if it is not allowed to happen? It's going to provoke people more.
May I sound a bit unpopular, and I know I'll get hammered on Twitter and the likes. The reality of the matter is that there's barely any road surface left in Delhi or in central Delhi to either walk or move. As Annaji himself said, he expects 70,000 people from Maharashtra alone. So let's go by his mathematical attributes and extrapolate it. Delhi cannot afford to have a hunger strike. That's point number one. And put the whole city to jeopardy, especially when Parliament is on. I don't even want to go there whether there's a security threat. I agree with Kiran. He has behaved and will continue to behave admirably. My point is a larger point. What did the Lokpal Committee of 5 want? They wanted a Lokpal Bill, which the Cabinet has approved. It is going to Parliament. They wanted a Lokayukt, which is in every state. We've seen that even without the Lokpal Bill, Justice Hegde in Karnataka has been more than adequately powerful and has been able to get rid of a corrupt chief minister. So existing laws, if implemented, do work. Number 3, what kind of blackmail is going on in this country? I mean, these are elected representatives. My advice then is to hell with Parliament, get rid of the Supreme Court and say that we will decide. And I'm not at all for a moment Arnab saying that what Anna Hazare is saying is good, bad or indifferent. I'm saying is what are we trying to do? Are we trying to create alternate forms of justice making and justice dispensation?
Suhel, sorry, the other argument to what you're saying is you can protest in Jantar Mantar and Boat Club and Rajghat and right outside Parliament if your protest is a cottage industry protest. If you represent an interest group, if you represent a corporate group, if you represent an individual interest, you can go. But if you happen to be representing an issue which threatens to be popular, you will not be allowed. I mean, this argument will fall flat.
You get three. 1 minute, you get 3 Bollywood actors to stand in the middle of central Delhi. You'll have as many people.
No, there's a
I'm sorry. Please, I'm not being facetious. Get to the reality. Get to the reality. Delhi, no, I'm not trivializing. I'm trying to tell you of a larger issue. The issue is that the Anna Hazares of the world have, to my mind, flagged off a cause called corruption. I'm saying let it come to its logical conclusion, see what happens in Parliament, and then take it on from there.
Now, government sources say we don't want a repeat of what happened
in India for people to come and stand outside Parliament. You and I both know this.
Government sources say we don't want a repeat of what happened with Baba Ramdev. Devinder Sharma is founder member of India Against Corruption. He also addressed that rally right next to Baba Ramdev. You saw what happened. It can go out of hand. It can create a situation that you don't want. Devinder Sharma.
Well, let me be first very clear that even at the Baba Ramdev's protest or fast, things didn't go out of hand because of Baba Ramdev. It was the government's crackdown which happened at night, which was not required, was completely undemocratic, and it was a blot on the face of Indian democracy. And that is what I think is the indication or the intention of the government now very clear. It has said that it has killed the Baba's movement. It has at least done what it wanted to do to Baba's movement. It will not allow Anna Hazare also to do, go on with the fast. And I remember if Swami Ramdev had also said very clearly that he was told in the negotiations, where I was also present, that if you allow Anna Hazare to come on the stage, the negotiations are off. So the government intention is very clear. First they played A with B, B against A. That's what they have been doing. They're wanting at least to ensure that first Baba's movement goes away, now it's Anna's turn. But I think this is unfair. This is completely unconstitutional also, because the Constitution allows us freedom of speech, freedom of expression. And if this kind of, what should I say, undemocratic role that the government is playing, I think the country will not be keeping silent on this. And I think this is a lesson which the government must take or must get now. Enough is enough.
Now, question goes to Kiran Bedi. How does it matter where you protest? A. And isn't it true, Kiran Bedi, that last time when you sat in Jantar Mantar, the Delhi police was given a time frame for the protest. I think they were told 7 days. The police sought that. That's what we are being told by the police. Am I right? And how does it matter where you protest? You can have a protest in Gurgaon. If people want to join you, they will.
I'm not aware of this 7 days.
No?
I'm not aware of this 7 days time frame. But all I can tell you is that left to the Delhi police, they would allow an expression of this kind of expression. It would, unless it's overruled by the Home Ministry. And I'm sure this time, after Baba Ramdev's incident experience, which they're already before the Supreme Court, they will insist on proper written orders. But I can still tell you that finally it's the responsibility of the Delhi police what decision it takes. Because it is accountable to the law and it's accountable to the courts.
You just said it is political.
And it will have to justify
you just said it is political,
either an imposition of 144 or removal or action against any one of us.
No, you just said it is political. Maybe the government wants to avoid a situation. I don't know. Anil Dharkar is joining the debate. Anil Dharkar, if Baba Ramdev wants to have a protest right outside Jantar Mantar, should he be blocked?
No, this is Anna, not
You don't have to repeat that. I'm trying to listen through the phone.
If Anna Hazare, thank you for that, thank you, I get confused. If Anna Hazare wants to have a protest at Jantar Mantar indefinitely when Parliament is on, should he be stopped, Anil Dharkar?
Well, you know, I really think that Anna Hazare and his team are overreaching themselves. Because we forget that Mahatma Gandhi started the fast against an empire. Anna Hazare is using the fast against elected representatives. Now, having made the point of getting the Lokpal Bill, having started the process, now there is an opposition which is there in Parliament. This is something which has to be debated in Parliament. These are basic points. And Anna Hazare's fast to me is pure blackmail.
Oh,
so if it is stopped, I am very much for it. I feel that this whole team has overreached itself. It does not have the intellectual capability. I would, really stick my neck out and say Anna Hazare does not have the intellectual capability of dealing with the huge issues that she has raised. He was a good catalyst. He started something. We were very proud of it. But there is a time where he has to stop and say, look, all right, I've started the process. Now let the process go on. And leave it to people
how do you define intellectual capability?
Deal with it.
No, isn't this very patronized? How do you define intellectual capability? And what is the measure of intellectual capability of all our elected representatives as well? I mean, it's a popular movement.